Welcome back to Crispy's Projects, and this episode we're going to be stripping the van because I've got all this thermal lining, sound deadening, just to get it all prepped for a nice camper conversion. And if you've seen on the last video, the van's in a bit of a state on the inside, so we've got a lot of work. Unfortunately, these pads will not stick to the walls as they are now. Project for today is definitely going to be strip all the inside out, take the carpet off, clean whatever's behind there, the glue, get rid of this bulkhead and get rid of these seats, ready for the next episode where I'm going to be actually fitting all this stuff. So let's get on with it. So why have I got to take this off? Why can't I just give it a little bit of a clean? Well, because it's stuck straight onto the panel. So have a look. I'm not strong enough to take it all off yet. So if it's stuck straight to the panel, you've got all the temperatures from the outside and all the heating that's on the inside going out. Got no idea what just fell there. Hopefully it was a few washers. But yeah, that's clearly not the right place to anchor seat belts. So I'm quite happy I'm taking these out and we've not had an accident. So we've come up to a real sticking point here. So I took all the screws out, took all these bolts out, did actually have a little bit of a safety plate behind there. So I'll keep them all together. But the bottom of this has got a little bit of a lip, so we're gonna have to pull the floor out. So I just hope it's not really glued in, but the floor's gonna have to come out anyway, so let's get on with it. So I've pulled away at this just a little bit, and as it turned out, it was never bolted in. I don't know who sorted all this out, because I've got my big bar out ready, but we can still use it. All I've got to do is pull it an inch or two forward and we'll be sorted to get this bulkhead out. Just cut on a bit there. Wow. Hello Pickles. You know how you say you always want to help me? Well, I need your help. So my mate Pickles has come along to come and give me a hand. Still no idea why we call him Pickles, but anyway, maybe he likes pickled eggs. To me, to you.
To me.
To you.
So
to me.
We're going to have to turn it on its side because it's
Ow!
not There we go.
Just took the floor and flipped it upside down to use the other side of the ply, because we've got edge and strip here and we've got some form of non-slip thing on there. Maybe I've got to sell that on eBay. Low mileage, piece of plywood. Well, this is more work than I expect. Oh, have I got a new hat? Hey, let's have a look. It's not mine. And a banana skin. I won't be wearing that. Shadows. Shadow what? Might have a new hat there. Oh, and a phone charger. What year phone charger is this? Let's have a look. It's got to be a Nokia or an Ericsson, hasn't it? How's this come out? I've got two little pull caps. What they undo, because I folded the seat down. Hey, look at that. Wow. You've not lived till you've worked out how this works. Well, that doesn't help, because we've got a thing around the front. We've got a... Hold on, wait.
I've only got one hand.
No vibe by the looks of it. Stuck, my head stuck. What is this? No, push it towards me a little bit if you can. Can you lift it? Yeah, I've got it. Got it up and there. eBay rare. There's food behind there.
Nothing you want to eat though.
No. I'm ready for lunch.
Established. You might have to take the headrests off.
Let's take the headrests off. Good thinking, Batman.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Right, so that semi flips round. Might have to pull all those seats forward, but will that come out? Or do they need to go more forward? Well, let's have a little look inside. Guys, I'm tired now. That was a lot more work than I was expecting. We actually had to look up how to get that off because between the two of us, we didn't have a clue. And this bulkhead, I think, is going to have to come forward and come out straight away. It looks so much bigger. I've got my glamorous assistant just helping me, trying to keep out of shot, but I will get him. I will get him.
Yeah,
but yeah, the amount of dirt that's underneath there is phenomenal, considering the wooden floor was on there, so the grime, the grit, everything's just got in there. It's got all underneath it, but the floor's in pretty good shape. But wow, it looks so much bigger. So next step is clean up this floor and get the carpet off, try and get it clean. Oh, these clips are absolutely awful. Where are they? So they're supposed to be a 3mm Allen key, maybe 3.5mm Allen key. It's supposed to turn and just unclip. Apart from they're far too tight, I'm using a T20 Torx, banging it in. Just hoping for the best, really, because they just keep on spinning. So I think they're called bullhead pliers. So you can get them behind there. Just try and give it a bit of a turn. Collateral damage, oh no, that's gone. Move on to the next one. Might have to drill that. So I've just got my little screwy end on there and I'm just going to knock it through rather than try and undo it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, got it through. Oh, one more to get. Okay. That's it. So we've almost got it all out. The only thing is, whoever put these in certainly didn't put these in right. So I've took those out and it's just bolted straight through to the bottom. Because there's supposed to be little brace plates underneath there, as I remember. But let's go and have a look at the nightmare that I've got. So I've had to get changed because I'm lying on the floor. It's gone cold. I've had to drop the fuel tank a little bit just to try and get these. It's two. But we can sort of see. See, there's two little holes there. I do need an exhaust, don't I? Best get that changed. So there's a couple little holes there, and somewhere tucked away up there. I don't know whether you can see it, but it's not going to be a fun night, is it? And the next task is going to be removing all that old glue. Started off with some smelly thinners just to try and get it off. And then I couldn't find a brush other than this really hard one. So I thought I was going to soak it, but it's solid. As it turns out, it actually cleans it off quite well because you can use the old solid brush as a scraper. I think that's just changed my life completely. Don't know if it's for the better. So I'm going to carry on with a bit of this and then attack it with some other stuff. basically just sprayed on some tar and glue remover, and I'm going to leave it to settle for about a minute and then give it a little scrape, put a little bit more on and give it a little bit of a wipe. So we've got some good news and I've got some bad news. Good news is we're starting to make some progress. We found a little bit of a slightly different method. So we're actually painting on standard thinners. So I've been trying to work out different methods. So on some of it I've tried here, just because it was really dry and whatever fluid you put on there would just be absorbed more or less by the dryness and didn't work. So as you can see, I've got it a little bit cleaner here. So I've got a wire wheel. Yeah, it's not the biggest wire wheel, but that's the only one I could find. So straight away, that's going to be so much better. It's still a little bit of stickiness there, but I think that's down to it being more dry than anything else. So a little bit of progress. So let's see if we can get it done in the next, well, we want it finished by lunch. And it's about half an hour till lunch, so. Well, I think I've worked out that the right method that seems to work to clean it off. So whether this is going to help you, I don't know. My advice is, if it's already got carpet and it's not absolutely tatty like mine was, or definitely a poor job, leave it. Or get yourself another van, because this is day 3. I know they've not been full days and I've had a little bit of assistance and we stripped out the interior, but it shouldn't take 3 days to clean it out, and it's not finished yet. So I've been using standard thinners with my very tatty brush that just seems to absorb the little bits of glue, because as I'm wiping along it seems to just move it. So I'm leaving that like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. That's how I've worked one little area and only work on one little area at a time. It helps break down the actual glue, but if you leave it too long it then evaporates off, and I think makes it a little bit stronger. And then I wipe it off with my little dirty cloth, which I need to upgrade that cloth. Then I'm spraying on the tar and glue remover, leave it a minute or two, and then just wipe it off with a clean cloth, and that's pretty much it. Well, we've finished for today, I think. It looks so much better. Look at how amazing the floors come, the sides have come, there's all this sticky stuff that's come. My hand's not sticking to it anymore. So all I can say is never ever buy a van that's already been pre-converted if you know you're going to take the carpet off, because it's been, what's this, 2.5 days worth of work to get this far. Most people who start off with a builder's van just degrease it, stick your bits on and way to go. I've wasted what feels like the entire weekend, but I have got the results. I'm quite happy with the results. It's so much cleaner, there's so much more room in there. It looks like a completely different van. The rest of the garden might be an absolute mess because I've just dumped all the stuff over to one side, but let's not worry about that. Wife's not here this weekend, so I've just got to get it tidied up before then. Sorry dear. We're still not 100% sure what we're going to be doing with these panels, so I think I'm going to be putting plywood along here. So I've not really fussed about cleaning all this excess glue off if nothing's going to stick to it. These bits need to be perfectly clean. Yes, they need a little bit of a run over, but they're no longer sticky because they had all the glue on there. Which part 2 is going to be doing the sound deadening and the insulation over the top, just to make it right. So it's so much better, what more can I say? So I'm going to get cracked on, get the floor dry, have some lunch, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Ta-da!